So, what's the cost of Make America Great Again? Backstabbing allies and betraying them without remorse. Now let me show you why I'm saying that. Look at this video.
If you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
less.
An American president pushing an ally country who is solely dependent on it for security. A country which would have never been into war if US has not pushed it. And at the speed which Trump is going, I think we will see Europe versus USA before we see a US versus China. And I'll tell you why. Let's first know how it all started and how both of them landed to this situation. Now we have known that Trump wanted badly to end the war, and for those discussions, Zelensky went to USA. And also, Trump was pressuring Zelensky to return $500 billion, which US gave Ukraine to support this war. But finally it was leaked that both US and Ukraine will mine the minerals from Ukraine and US will take half the cut. And to sign this mineral deal, Zelensky went to USA. And during media interaction at US President Oval Office, a never-seen-before diplomatic disaster unfolded. Well, initially, everything was sailing smooth. Trump was admiring Ukraine effort, talking about the deal to be signed after lunch, and praising Ukrainian generals and so on. But at this point, the whole thing went disastrous.
Diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions.
So here JD Vance jumped in the conversation and started talking about that only diplomacy can work and so on. Basically, his main point was to tell how badly Biden effed up. But this riled up Zelensky, and to this he replied that Putin has previously broken ceasefire, and if US can't give security guarantees and just want diplomacy, then Putin can do it again. And basically after that, he went a bit far and said that the US should not feel very safe and nice just because it has an ocean between it and Russia. And boy, after that, Trump went ballistic.
Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me.
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks.
And homies, obviously, after this, no peace agreement was signed and Zelensky was ousted out of the White House. Look at this tweet. Do you know why there are so many thank yous here?
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and
Yeah, JD Vance, the US vice president, was practically begging for a thank you. So probably this was a dig at him. And it's not like Zelensky had never said thank you. And from all these tweets, we can see that, well, it was really small of JD Vance to do that. And after this spat, whole Europe has stood behind Ukraine. From France, Emmanuel Macron, to Germany's Chancellor, the upcoming Germany Chancellor, Spain, and even Poland. The Prime Minister of Poland has come out in Ukraine support. Because you see, in the same press conference, Trump was praising Poland, but the PM coming against Trump shows that without security guarantees, even Poland feel nervous. Because it's very simple, Poland shares its border with Ukraine. Surely it has a fear of Russia attacking it. So for now, it's Europe versus USA. And my advice to the president would be to go chill and read a book, The Art of Deal, written by a guy named Donald Trump. Because today, America couldn't make a deal and instead showed that the bullying approach is not going to work. And guys, do you think Trump would have done the same if it was Xi or Putin? Or the tough guy guns come out only on allies? With that, hit like, dislike or comment, whatever you think is the best. Until then, this is Raj signing off.